We've Google translated brands 100, 200 and then 300 times and we got some disasters. So what will happen if we Google translate more famous brands 400 times this time? What cursed result we'll get this time? Let's begin. First brand we'll tackle is Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and the flavor I chose is coffee buzz. Yes, they really have a flavor with that name. So without further ado, let's put the name through Google Translate 400 times and hope for the best. Pour the cradle. What is a cradle? Oh, basically a baby bed. Next, let's type the unnecessary long flavor name here and 400 times. Ocean. So we've got Paul the Cradle ocean flavored ice cream. Let's start designing this thing. First, I'll place the original logo here for reference. I'll take this arch shape and then place the name using the same font on top. But I'll change it to the name we got from Google Translate. It's too large. Maybe I'll modify the like that and place it into position. I'll give the new logo the same outline with a similar rough effect. Now let's drag this new logo into this nice ice cream cup mock-up I found online. I'll change the lid color to black and make the background a nice blue similar to the original packaging. I think it's time to add the actual ice cream. So I'm gonna take this ice cream ball from the light caramel action flavor. I hope their ice cream doesn't taste as bad as their naming says. Anyway, I'll change its color to mimic a wave. This is ocean flavor in the end. And I'll also make the dark spot darker and I'll make the caramel cream color green. So this will be a seaweed flavored ice cream. Now we need some pictures of the ingredients we used, just like they do with the original packaging. So let's start with the green caramel, which will be some sort of seaweed paste, and this picture will be perfect. Let's place it on the packaging and change its green hue to match the caramel color. Next, I found these dry seaweed leaves, which I think I'll use to represent the dark spots on our new ocean ice cream. Finally, I'll add this cube of sodium chloride salt to complete our ingredient list. I'll give everything some shadows so they really look like they are one solid picture. We need some ground for this picture to sit on, but instead of the grass texture like the original, I've decided to use sand, some ocean stuff, you know. I'll rub it a little bit and place it here. Let's give the sky some clouds too, just like that. Now the brand name is Paul the Cradle, but I don't see a cradle anywhere or anyone pulling it. For that, Ben & Jerry's uses a cow as their main mascot, right? I'll use it in our design too, like that. Then I'll give it this cradle I made. I'll make the cow pull it with its hand. Paul the Cradle. I'll give the whole thing some shadows too. Finally, I'll tap the flavor name here and give it the same effects as the original. Then I'll place this ingredient list text at the bottom and this text at the top, and we are done. The new Paul the Cradle ocean flavored ice cream is finally made. Will you give it a shot? The next victim is Planters, a nuts brand. Their products come in various packaging containers and different flavors, but I chose to go with this bottled peanut one. So as always, I'll translate the name 400 times and let's see what we get. Surgery. Okay. Next, let's try it with the word peanuts. Set the translation factor and curse. I feel like this belongs in the surgeon simulator old game somehow. Anyway, I still need to design this surgery curse peanut thing. So first thing first, let's clean this bottle packaging a little bit. Then I'll tap the new name here on top. Give it a slight rub like this and apply an inner shadow effect to it. Then a drop shadow, and finally I'll connect it to the wall in a similar style to the original logo. Nice. Now we need the most cursed peanut you could ever find, and I think this bloody looking French burnt peanut is just perfect. Just look at this. So let's fill our bottle with this thing just like that. Next, let's continue working on the label. I'll add this golden shape just like so, then this grayish shape on top. I'll write the curse flavor word here, then the product type text underneath. Now each Planter's original design has a big peanut sample on the packaging to show the actual flavor. So I found this big human organ looking peanut to use in our case. I'll place it here, but I need to make sure the people will understand it is some coated peanut, not a bird heart. So I'll break it just like that to show the peanut inside. This looks flat and unrealistic, so let's add more details to it. I start by giving the crack some depth, then a cast shadow on the peanut, some highlight highlight on top, and finally a drop shadow in the same style as the original. Perfect. Now we need to add the mascot. I'll place Planter's Mr. Peanut here for reference. I'll take his whole body except the head and the mouth for the moment. The new character, I'll call him Mr. Curse, will be a veteran surgeon, so I'll change the color of his gloves to mimic a medical gloves. I'll give him a surgical cap too. You know, when I was searching for some inspiration for the new character, I came across this Curse thing. Look at that. So I'll borrow this bright smile for our new character. Also, no real surgeon wears classic shoes, so I'll give him some cracks, and I'll complete the outfit with a surgical scissor. This doesn't look cursed enough to me. So let's pretend that Mr. Curse accidentally hurt himself with his scissors when he was a junior. I'll give the wound some depth. This big of a wound will definitely show his inner organs. It will be the cursed French peanut we used before. Finally, I'll give the crack some stitches to stop it from worsening even more. Let's place Mr. Curse in his new operating room right here. Then I'll place this disclaimer badge like in the original design. So Planter Peanut just got under a plastic surgery process, and we got this. Surgery Curse French burnt peanuts. Bon appetit. I wanna take a moment to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel. Once we hit 100k, I'm preparing the biggest Google Translate video on YouTube. Now let's go back to the third brand, Tostitos, another famous potato chips brand, and the flavor will translate is hint of lime. One thing I noticed is that a lot of chip brand names end with TOS. Comment if you know why. Anyway, let's Google Translate Tostitos 400 times and wait for the result. Diarrhea. Oh, I will not comment this time. Let's try with the flavor 400 times and... Date of dates. I feel like I should start a pharmacy business with this series. Anyway, I'll use the same chip bag we used in previous videos because it's free, and I'll place the Tostitos logo here to copy from. I'll type this word here and make the first and last letter bigger. You know, the two T's in the Tostito logo are supposed to be two dudes dipping a chip in some sauce. So I'll give our new logo some deep meaning too, and those double R's are the best place to do so. I'll make the R's look like two people facing each other's backs and making some special cream, and maybe they carry a potato chip on their backs for some reason. Now I'll edit the rest of the letters to match the new style, and boom, the new diarrhea logo is here. We don't need Tostitos logo anymore, and I'll maybe change the background to the most appetizing brown color ever. Also, I'll give the logo a white outline too. Each Tostitos flavor uses this pattern in a different color as the background, so I made my custom one. I changed some element and I place it here. Also, each original bag has a transparent, unique hole in the same shape as the chips inside, and you guessed it, we'll use our special cream shape in our new bag. I'll give it a white outline. Now we need some chips shaped the same as the hole we created, so I found this Tostitos chips somewhere, and I'll make a peepoo shaped shape out of this big piece right here, and I'll place it inside the bag and scatter some copies randomly to fill the empty space, just like that. They look like one giant piece, so maybe some shadows will make them more visible and distinguishable. Cool. Maybe I'll make the color less harsh on the eyes. Now let's work on the flavor. Date of date. Tostitos uses their special salsas for each version of their flavors, so I'll take this
salsa con queso
bottle as a base for our new flavor and place it here. I'll replace this chip with our original peepoo chip. I'll mask out the front part to reveal the sauce and delete the bottom chip. Now we need to make this into a date dip, so I'll change its color to brown and those pieces into a darker brown, representing shredded date pieces. Perfect. I need to change the salsa label to match the new date of date dip sauce, so I start with this clean shape and place this one on top. Then add the same pattern in the background. After that, I place some fine date at the bottom, follow that with the disgusting diarrhea logo here, and finally the sauce name on top and the legal text at the bottom. Then I'll place this new label on the sauce we created. To be honest, this could give someone color blindness just by looking at it. Anyway, now into this empty area, I'll place this copied ribbon I made. Then I'll write the new flavor name on top and modify the OF letters. I'll place this original text underneath. Finally, finally, I'll paste this disclaimer text at the bottom, follow that with the legal information, and then the product type text on this side. And we are done. Honestly, this Diarrhea date dip flavored chip is the most disgusting thing I ever created so far. Any thoughts on this one? I would love to read your comments. Last but not least, we have Cheerios cereal, and I've chosen the very berry flavor to work on. I'll put the name in and translate it 400 times. Mary. Finally something normal. Next, I translate the flavor too, but I'll do it twice because I have a very interesting idea for this one. Smoke and tomatoes are very soft. So without wasting more time, let's start designing. First, I'll place this clean cereal box here. Then I'll type the new married name on top, but I'll hide the I dot like in the original Cheerios logo. I'll replace it with this round cereal piece. I'll duplicate it and make it look like two overlapping rings. And for this reason, I translated the flavor twice. I want one ring to be smoke flavored and the other tomato flavored. So I change its color to a more reddish tone. Cool. Now I found this heart-shaped bowl that will be perfect for our new Married Rings cereal. I'll place it here and change its color to red. Then I'll give it a drop shadow. I drag the unique wooden cereal we created here and fill the empty bowl with more pieces until it's full. I'm a cereal first then milk type of guy, so I'll add the milk now after I've added the cereal. I'll give the Myriad cereals some shadows and highlight to make them look real. We are doing great. I'll add a big highlight in the center of the background. Now let's go back to the logo. I'll place the smoke flavored text on top here. Then the second flavored text at the bottom with this text underneath. For the bowl, I draw a ribbon around it just like in the original. I'll start with the bottom stripe, then the top one, and finally the sides. Both sides. I copied this text from the Cheerios brand and I'll place it here. And finally, I'll complete the bottom part with this explanation paragraph, the product type text, the legal information, and then the calories count badges. I'll also change the bottom color so the Married packaging is half-half, just like in real life. Now we need some pictures to represent the two flavors we have. Something similar to how Cheerios present their flavors. The tomato part is easy. I'll use some tomatoes, of course, and maybe I'll place these leaves too. For the smoke flavor parts, I found this liquid smoke thing. It used to give food a smoky flavor, so I'll use it in our case too with this custom Married liquid smoke packaging I made. Finally, I finished the design with this text on top, and the new Married smoked tomatoes are very soft flavored cereals is made with love. I hope this Married won't end up in courts. So which one is your favorite? See you in the next video. Bye.